around with the house lights on. There's home. It's nice having the truck right here. There she is. How you doing, sweetheart? Well, this is my area, and there's a wildlife boundary right there, which I'm right up in the very northern corner of Bermuda Flats. Horse pasture. It's a nice area. But look at that, nobody around. These people here are just day fishing. You can see there's a lady on a little boat. She owns the truck that's right in front of us. Look at that, I got it all to myself, this whole cove. All to myself. Not a soul in sight. Not a soul in sight. Way up there, a little close, but it's a pretty sight. Bridges are cool. But now, check this out. It is Easter weekend. Yeah, it's starting to come in. It's only Wednesday, but it goes way down around the corner over there. They're starting to come in. We'll take pictures every day and see how it looks. But yeah, it's funny. You see all that right there? And check this out. Everybody, see that? Boom, 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 boom. And then look. No one. Beautiful day. It's getting windy, but I'm set up for wind. It's gonna be a test. If the storm comes through like they say, I'm gonna have my first rain in the tent. I anticipated that coming. And it's kind of why I wanted to set up out here. So if I got bad weather, I want to see what this thing's going to do on my setup. So I'm testing, checking it out. Beautiful area. This is a tonto arm. Absolutely beautiful out there. A lot of boats in my area. Means a lot of fish. Yeah, look at that. Gotta love it. Beautiful area. I like it here. This is an easy do. It's an easy do, and I'm learning how to do it. I've just been patient. God, isn't that beautiful? It's gonna be windy, but I'm ready for it. It's really heavy this morning from the east. I'd say a good 15. Water's getting choppy my end because it's being pushed from the rest of the lake. Oh, sorry. Well, there he is. I got my first bass from the short line. Yay! I gotta get the thing out of him and get it back in the water. It's too small to keep, but it's my first one, short casting. Got one. One thing I'm gonna have to do is buy me a little grill. I'm gonna have to use the grill out of my little Coleman oven because I've got some mesquite and I've been burning it down. And I got a piece of chicken thigh and a pork chop that I'm just gonna go ahead and cook up. I'm not hungry, but I'm getting excited about cooking them over the fire. I haven't cooked anything over the fire in, I don't know, it's been so long, 30, 40 years, if that. So just started the fire about almost 2 hours ago. Got solid mesquite logs. I'm just calling down right now. It's just, oh my God, if I put the chicken on there now, I'd be burning it. So I gotta let it cool down a little bit more. Look at that. Oh, I don't get no better than this. Today is Wednesday. Got some firewood over here. So it's gonna storm here the next couple days. And I still got, look at that big piece of mesquite right there. And that one right there is a big piece of oak. And that bin is, I got mesquite on the bottom, and that bin is full of pine and big logs, and big knots. So yeah, just I'm enjoying this. It's an evolution of, you know, the more I've done this, the more comfortable I'm more comfortable at doing this. It's you know, it's old hat now, and it's getting comfortable instead of I used to, you know, what about this, what about that, and you know, what about somebody breaking in, what about, I don't know, it's just a lot of worries. There's the princess. Hi, bed dog. How you doing? You tired or bored? I think you're bored. Anyway, yeah. Was able to clean up a little bit. Got the fridge and all my battery power in here. So you can see through the nets. It's absolutely beautiful. Woo woo. And I got a little peeker window over here. Check this out. I can peek on the neighbors. Check it out. Yeah, my little peeker window. So it's got a little awning over it in case it's raining, get air movement in here. But these windows, oh, I gotta open up these windows here. This is the, now, how's that? I had to get rid of the sleeping bag on this bed. All it was doing was just slipping and sliding. And I said, screw that. I felt like I was making my bed every 10 minutes. That's all I sleep. Yes. Woo woo. getting better. I'm getting better at it. Whittling out what I don't need, which was most of the stuff that I started with. Yeah, this is what we're gonna do on the grill tonight. This big old chicken thigh. And I'm gonna cook these. I'm not hungry at all, but I'm gonna cook them up, and I can always have chicken for lunch, and I can have a sandwich, or even use it cook it up with some eggs. God, this is nice. Well, we're getting ready for the big storm. I don't know how big it is, but I ain't gonna lose nothing. So I have 3 panels, and I got the 3rd panel up on my open side, and then there's a windbreak. I backed the truck right up to that, so hopefully between that and if the wind can't get to it, it can't take it. So it's kind of how the design and layout is. My stove jack. Got a stove at home. Peekaboo. I can use that as a vent if I ever needed it. Yeah, we're tethered tight. This thing ain't going anywhere. My little pop-out windows. That's Amanda's viewing window from the bed. She can lay on the bed and peek on the neighbors. But yeah, there you go. One last look from a distance at camp. Let's go over here. Little barbecue. Little custom barbecue. This is them to leave the nice sized rocks for me. Grilled my little chicken right there on that last night. And my pork chop. That could be for lunch today. Anyway, I've been busy. Got me 2 bass this morning. 1 keeper. I threw them back. I'm not in the mood for fish right now. But and then a little punk. I must be fishing in the nursery because we got 3 punks and 1 keeper. Let's go see what girl's up to. So it looks like looking the other way. All my gadgets. Got my refrigerator. Look at this. This is badass having your refrigerator in your house. So this, I got pepper jack. I got some. This is a cube steak that I made in a vacuum pack. And I put rice in it, and it was a crock pot meal. And all I have to do is put it in water, warm it up, and it's an instant meal. McBound. My chicken. I got pizza down there. I just got to get in the mood to fire that oven up. But yeah, it's coming out nicely. It's coming out real nice. Kind of a mess. I'm not too organized, but it's okay. It's organized. But to me, it's kind of a mess. But I'm working it in. I'm finding out how things work with this, because this is ultimately my camp. This is what I wanted. This is what I've been working to set up. And it's a cool place to be. I even got disco lights, as you've seen. I didn't put them up, but I put them up on occasions. Make it wow when I want to. Beautiful day. I saw a bald eagle yesterday, and then they flew off to the other side, Indian Point, which is straight across from me. And you could see the same eagle with, must have been her kids, because there was 2 other small birds, real dark, flying around with her over that campground on the other side of the lake there. I just watched them for a while, but they came pretty close. She came pretty close. He came pretty close, whichever he was. Not 1,000 yards. I could just definitely tell it was an eagle. I could see the white and head and tail. It was a very mature bird. But I'm right up on the edge of that wildlife habitat. Where I'm looking, you cannot camp over there. I'm at the end of the row. No matter how much Bermuda Flat opens up as far as water receding and offering up more camping land, you can't go any further north than I am at right now. And it has been ultimately the best campground I've ever had next to a lake. It's been, this is perfect. I mean, it's Easter weekend, and you can see the hill right there. I just walk up to the top of the hill, and you can look over the hill, and you can see a whole row of just motorhomes and fifth wheels, and it's cluster city over there. But and I got this place to myself. It's Thursday. Good day. Been here since Monday. Let's check out some boats. Well, it's finally time. I'm gonna cook a pot pie. I got me a little Coleman oven. And shit's hot in there. My first try at a pot pie. Game changer for camping. So cool. Well, I got my little Coleman oven, and I've got pot pies. Yeah, gonna give it a try. It's a game changer. Yeah, it is. Having pot pies camping? Pass, actually. All right. Next. What are you doing? Hi, bad dog. Just shading. It's not too bad today. Getting windy. I'm waiting for that storm. In between, it's time for a pot pie. Little oven's a game changer. I put a cast iron skillet. I found me a 10-inch one at Walmart, like 15 bucks. But if you don't have that, it gets too much raw heat to the bottom. I noticed even on my cinnamon rolls, it crusted the bottom just a little bit. Yep, afternoon setup. Just kicking back. Everything's all charged up. The sun did its job. All my batteries are up to 100%, ready for a night. I gotta be careful in the next few days. I don't know what we're gonna get as clouds, but I'm sure I can go more than one day. All right, well, I'm gonna go watch my pot pie cook. Nice day. I don't even know what time it is. It's gotta be almost 2. Just caught me a little bass, so that's number 5. Like I said, I must be fishing in the nursery. But this one was on my floating bobber. And I've been just letting it float out in the lake for a while. It's actually been out there for a couple hours. Poor little guy wasn't that big at all. There's activity. I think this afternoon's gonna be good. They say the barometer's dropping, and I guess when the barometer drops, fish rise up and feed to the top. So we'll see what happens. As long as we get to see what happens with this wind, I'm waiting for the storm to come through. Yeah, I'm waiting for the storm to come through. Nothing yet. All right, till the next time. Well, here we are. Voila! That looks yummy. I didn't do it the 400. I did it like 250. And just watched it. These things run hot. Doing the skillet and then doing a 10 on top of that gets that bottom of that pot pie away from the direct heat and lets it heat proper. So hopefully that works. I'll let you know how it goes. Nope, there we go. It turned out nice. The bottom is perfect. So on these ovens, just gotta pretend like 250 is 500. So if you do that, then it's, the lesson here is to think you're undercooking it and go a lower temperature and just watch it. Turned out great. I can't wait for the pizza bread or pizza sticks. I forget what I got, but there's 2 of them in a box. Hi, Happies. What you doing, sweetheart? The papa loves you. Hey, you. That you. Beautifuls. You princess? Yeah, she knows it. Well, we had a big gust of wind come through here. Took out every anchor on this side. The soils are too soft. So I double anchored everything. We anchored the ones that pulled, and yeah, the soil's just gravel, just pulls, nothing to bite. So Gulliver Travels, eat your heart out. Turned out to be a nice day. It's cooling off. That's the worst part of the heat right now. It's a storm's brewing, but I think it's just gonna be winds, and if I can survive the winds, I'll call this trip a whole success. Yeah, look at that. A lot of people. That way up there. That's just kind of nice. I got the whole fucking place to myself. All right, big dog, let's go. I want to go fishing. Roosevelt Lake. Don't get no better than this. It's just not a simple sunny sky. It's absolutely gorgeous, painted with clouds. Kid next to me has been fishing and he's kicking my ass. They pulled in 3 crappie in the last 20 minutes and I hadn't been able to catch a single crappie yet. Holy crap. Hi, Athena. Well, we're back in the tent. I had to bail on the tent and go in and running into the truck for shelter. The winds were unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. My easy up shredded. It's gone. It's done. When I ran to the truck, I had to time it so in the break between the gale force winds, because if I opened the tent door with it at full bolt wind, it would balloon the tent up for sure and take it across the field. I was almost afraid to get back and take a look and see what happened, but the rain slowed down and almost stopped. The wind stopped. So I got out of the truck real quick and went over to peek and see what happened. I just lost one corner. So I tied that up real quick, checked inside the tent, moved. Things are a mess in here. I kind of got things back together. But that corner over there is one I lost, so I retethered it. But I've never been so scared in my life. And that's saying a lot. We were in the tent. This tent was about ready to fold. I was on that corner with my butt against the wall, standing up, holding that corner up with my weight, with my left hand, pinky, wrapped around the zipper tether. Because if this, and then I had Athena on the leash in her harness, and I had the leash lead in my other hand, my right hand. And if this thing went down or started to fall apart, I was ready to zip open the door and just pull her through the door with me as I ran. I wasn't going to lose her in this. I timed it with the gust of wind to receding of wind, gust of wind, receding of wind. And we had a slight receding of wind, and I just opened up the tent. I pulled her through the door, and I bolted for the truck. And I zipped it back up as quick as I could, and that way it wouldn't balloon out, and went and sat in the truck and tried to go back to sleep. It was getting cold, and lucky I had 2 blankets in there, and we were able to kind of make do. One thing I'm not ready to do is sleep in the cab of my truck. It's terrible. But everything kind of calmed down, and I just, you know what, I need to I need to see what happened. So I got out of the truck real quick, and I didn't even look at the canopy. I knew that one was gone. My main thing is I wanted to see if the tent was still standing, and it was. So I came in here and put things kind of back together, and got the heater going. I thought my electronics was going to be shot across the parking lot. If anything else, if the tent broke loose, I was expecting to see a bag full of junk. You know, at least it wouldn't be strewn across the parking lot. It would be contained within the tent, rolling across the parking lot, just somersaulting its way into destruction. But that wasn't the case, thank God. I may have lost one power station. I had it out sitting on the table, getting ready to use it for my night lights. And this happened so fast that when it finally started rolling in, it rolled in hard. And I just battened down the hatches, and I totally forgot it was sitting out there. So I got it sitting on the table over there. We'll give it a chance to dry out and reset a breaker. Hopefully the breaker just tripped. And I'm just going to try to thoroughly dry it before I try to fire it up. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, I thought everything was going to be destroyed. I thought it was going to be over for me as far as camping. I thought I lost all my gear. And that was the scariest thought. I was sitting in the truck just thinking, it's gone. It's all gone. I could feel the truck moving because of the canopies flapping. I had the canopies and the tent anchored by the truck also, so they were flapping like flags, and it was scary. And I'm very fortunate that it's going to be okay. I think I'll do a video tomorrow on the damage and before I start picking it up, but tomorrow's going to be spent putting stuff back together. So till then, get some rest. Look at that. Holy shit, that was scary. I don't think I've been that scared in a long time. I don't think I've ever felt that before. But look. I can't, but check this out. All right, guys, here's what it looks like now. It's like 5:30, 6 o'clock. One hell of a storm. Look at that, there's snow on the mountains. I'll get a better picture of them when we get the sun up. It's gonna be a beautiful sunrise this morning. Oh my God, look at that. It's cold, it got cold. It's probably high 30s, low, mid low 40s. Okay, now for the tour. Neighbors, well, you ready for this? This is what I got left. Do a walk around. I haven't touched anything yet, so I just wanted to get it documented. You don't think we had a storm? The winds were shitter's full. Oh no, not the coffee. Water jug. This is amazing. This is the amazing part. Watch. I guess it still had some water in it. It was almost empty, so. It's lost one of my lids. It could be over in Tucson. But look at this. I mean, I thought this shit would be gone. I thought this thing would be total. But the more I look at it, there's not a single tear in that canopy. I just lost my corner anchors, which allowed it to flop off. And all the side panels have velcro, and it looks like all the velcro came loose. No, I thought I lost everything. I thought I was gonna be wadded up across the parking lot like a shopping bag full of groceries. But this is the aftermath. Look at this. Look at this motherfucking tent. Holy sheep shed. And this is the only failure. Actually, this side. Soft anchor point. And the anchor pulled out. The wall came down. That anchor point pulled out. And once I got out of the truck and back into the tent to see what I had left, if anything, I was able to come back out and resecure the corner. Look at that. There's my solar panels. Yep, my solar panels are there. They're down there. But look at this. Amazing, absolutely amazing. The Easy Up structure is still here. And this Easy Up structure is over 35 years old. Wow, I'll show you the tent next. First side. You don't think it was tough? Look at this. Yeah, it got pretty damn windy last night. And this guy pulled up next to me and he was across the lake and he made it in just as it was getting really, really bad. Apparently the guys next to me gave him a hand to get it up on shore and get it anchored. I was already battened down in the tent. I was already put away, holding on for dear life. You know, I just noticed this. The water was so bad, it cut a new shoreline. Yeah, the wind was coming from the north. Yeah, pretty much that way is north. Look at the snow. I'll get that later. It's gonna be a beautiful day. A lot of people. I hope everybody's all right. I'll leave pop up over there. The guy put his truck in front of it, which is I used to do. Get out of the water, big dog. Yeah, this beach has been hit. It's absolutely amazing. Well, I'm gonna go get some warm tea. Can't believe it. I cannot believe what just happened. These guys, they had a bunch of people helping. The only thing I can do is just try to save myself and save my gear. Absolutely fucking incredible. I'll put it back up today. It's all there. Not torn, not damaged. I mean, it's broken away and it looks like shit, but all right, well, I'm gonna go have my tea and watch the news. I got cell signal this morning so I can get local news. So I'm gonna go do that and take a deep breath and thank God. Thank you, dear Lord, for protecting me and my gear and those around me today. It was one of those nights. Well, it's Sunday afternoon, Easter, and everybody's going. Well, it's final night. Hi, big dog. Final night. We're gonna go home in the morning. I've already started the reload process. Just really gotta prep everything, and nothing left. I gotta wait till we get ready to load and go. Check it out. There's my kitchen. This is what it refined back down to, and this is stereo speakers in the corner.
And I'm gonna get the new one on. Okay, it's one continuous.
Let's do it
just
this
like a
way.
rubber band. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
How about that? Watching a recorded episode of Gold Rush. I didn't see it yet. And then I got this thing going on. Final night sunset.